Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbie. This afternoon, we have a special guest. We have Ivy from Cameroon. All right, you're on the air.
Ivy Africa, correct that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi. Oh, thank you so much for having me tonight.
Yes,
How are you doing, Mr. Emmanuel?
I'm fine. I want you to tell my listeners a little bit about yourself, how they can find your music, and then just go ahead and ask me questions as it pertains to my book and all that. Please.
Okay. Okay. My name is Ivoline. I'm an artist, a cultural artist. My artistic name is Ivy Africa. So I'm the Ivy of Africa. I come from Gwen, uh, a beautiful uh, a beautiful land in the northwest region of Bamenda 3 municipality. Okay, so I am privileged to be here today, and I hope we'll have more of this in future days. So I am a dance leader. I am a coordinator of music arts pool in Bamenda 3, and I'm also a cultural artist musician. Okay, as you all know, you can go to YouTube. You have Ivy Africa on YouTube, Ivy Africa on Spotify, Ivy Africa 8 on TikTok, Ivy Africa Ivolene on Facebook, Ivy Beauty on Instagram. Okay, so you can find me in all those platforms and more. Yeah, so I'm privileged to be on this show, help stop genocide in America. So, Mr. Bobby, what's going on?
Oh, um, it's a lot of chaos, but we want to help bring an end to all that chaos, and we want to make Chicago a model for other cities across the United States of America. That's what we want
Okay,
to do. Yes.
okay. Well, so you gonna do that? How far have you been? How far have you gone in helping to stop the genocide in America?
Okay, that's a good question. One um one of the ways I'm trying to help stop the genocide in American ghettos is by encouraging my listeners. Listeners, please listen up. Please purchase my ebook. Here it is. This is my soft-cover book, but purchase my ebook first. The Solution for
Okay.
Black America: Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, second edition. It's available on Amazon, and I will have that link um, in this video podcast in the comment section below, so you can find it there. So I want all, and anyway, I want people to read my story, and people that agree with my vision and plan will automatically become a GERCAM member. So, Ivy, that's my way of recruiting people, brave and smart Black people across the United States, not only limited to the United States, but also throughout the Black or the global African family. I want you all to be involved. Help me get this book on that bestsellers list. That's very important. And those that live here within the United States of America, get behind our film project. Okay, our goal is to
Okay.
raise $250,000 so that way we can make a Black empowerment film. And that film is
Okay.
based on my experience, what I've been going through throughout the years, trying to get my Black Christian business up and running. The name of the film, or the name of the docudrama, is called um, Hood Liberator, Made in Chicago: The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. So that's very important. That's what we want to put out to the Black to the Black world, to know, to
Okay.
let everybody know who we are, the grassroots community activist movement members, and to recruit
Okay.
our people. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
Also, that's going to put me in a better position, Ivy, because right now my book is, barely selling, so I'm not making much money. So I can't hire anybody. The whole purpose of me creating or publishing my book is so I can generate capital. The reason why I created my virtual store is in order to generate capital, so that way I can hire Black people, African people, and others. That's how
Okay.
that works. So
Okay.
I need that to take place first, and then I can move my business from behind the computer. Also, I'm going to have the link to my virtual store. Also, the link to our I would say our crowdfunding pages, our GoFundMe
Okay.
page, where people can donate to the film project. Buy me a coffee page, as well as our boy, what's the name of the other one? Oh, sorry, I can't. It's off
That's
the tip of
fine.
my head.
Okay.
But
That's
anyway,
fine. But
but
I wanted you to.
those are the main places where people can donate.
Okay, that's fine. What about the, can I get the name of the book again, please? I didn't see it clearly. Can you
I
say it
understand.
out? Like, what's the
I
title?
understand. Yeah, my camera right now is acting a little funny style, but that's okay too. It's called The Solution for Black America: Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, second edition. And
Okay.
sorry, I just remember it's called the PayPal Giving Fund. That's my
The
other
PayPal.
place where people can donate. But I want people to first purchase my ebook, and they can download it to their smartphones too, because it's an ebook for $9.99, or they can get this softcover book here from Amazon for
Okay.
$15 plus shipping and handling. But I want people to read my story. Don't just buy it, because
Yeah.
I want, when you become a member of GERCAM, those are the people, especially that's here in America, that's gonna help me build this business and also manage this business. And also, I'm looking for African immigrants from 10 African nations in order to help speed up this process, because I've been pushing this vision and plan for the past 34 years.
Okay,
And
that's fine.
I've been paying out of pocket for the business title for 16 years, since 2010. And that's
Wow,
unacceptable. That's
that's
unacceptable.
awesome.
I'm trying to create
Yeah,
a business that's going to provide jobs for our Black youth in the low income Black community, to keep them off the streets and out of gangs.
that's right.
But Black America want to sit
Okay.
up here and take me for a joke, so that's not cool at all. So anyway, hold on. I have to say this. I'm reaching out
All
to
right.
African immigrants from 10 African nations within the United States of America. So I'm reaching out to people from South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, Angola, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. I'm only focusing on those 10 right now, but eventually, once we get our foot over there on the African continent, we're gonna expand it throughout the Sahara Africa. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna include
Like that,
Cameroon.
okay,
But
that's
my thing
fine.
is,
Okay.
I want to get it. I want those African immigrants for the 10 African nations I just mentioned that's here in America to work with me directly. There's no middleman. Work with me to help speed up the process, because
Okay.
it was Jesus slash Yahshua that gave me this vision. He gave it to me, and I claim ownership.
Wow.
Yeah, and I claim ownership of this
That's
business.
it.
So in my Christian business, we want to separate ourselves from the enemy within. That is, we want to raise the bar. Okay? That means we want to separate
Okay.
ourselves from, I would say, con artists, pedophiles, degenerates, hardened criminals, urban terrorists. We don't want those kind of people in this business. And so we're going to vet people. That means we're going to screen people. And once I have
That's
that
right.
physical building, I'm going to have my board of direct, or my advisory board. I'm going to have them in place, or my resource team, and they're going to help me run this business. Ivy, we want to,
Yeah.
again, we want to get it
So,
popping here for credibility before I bring it over to the African continent. Because when I come to Africa, I don't want to come to Africa empty-handed. I want to bring economic tangibles in the form of job creation, starting in South Africa. Because right now, South Africa has a 30% high unemployment. So when I come to South Africa, the goal is to break it down to at least bring it down to 15% unemployment.
okay.
But we have to get it popping here first. And I want people that's going to be on the same page. So that means like-minded. I don't want people that's going to be off code that's in my business that's going to try to undermine us and tear it down. So this is the problem I've been going through. Hey,
Okay, Emmanuel.
this is how come I created this platform, so I can beat that drum real loud and clear.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what are you? Were you saying that the book contains the different kind of, or the reason for you to come out and cry out for people to help stop genocide in America? So the stories, the reasons for coming out to say that, you can find them in this book you wrote. So the
Yes,
stories, the different stories,
but just a moment.
the
It's more
genocide,
than just
genocide stories are
hey, this
found
is
in the
about,
book.
hold on. This is about my experience trying to get this business up and running. Like I say, it's been 34 years. That, since 1991, I've been pushing this. Now I have a book.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I want to explain to you and my listeners. The white man is not stopping Black
Okay.
America. The white man is not stopping Black Americans from buying my book. You know what I'm saying? I keep running
Yeah.
across small-minded individuals say, "Oh, that sounds like a scam." Those kind of people I don't even want in my business at all, because selling a book is not a scam. I'm letting people know my story and what I'm standing on. Anybody that disagree with my vision and plan will not be part of my business. This is going to be membership based. I'm not putting up with that kind of garbage
Okay.
up in my business. I don't care how much money a person has. So if they disagree with what I'm trying to say and want to, come in and try to start problems, I'm going to just say, hey, we're going to nip that in the bud right now. You're not allowed. This is membership based.
Okay.
That's real.
So it's all about a movement.
Hold on, Ivy. That's part one. The other thing with this book too is I talk about the nonprofit and the for-profit. I'm gonna share this with you. I share this a lot of times, but I need to make sure that you understand it as well as somebody that's new that probably came across this video podcast.
Okay.
So it's called the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. That's what it is. And right now we only exist online.
Okay.
And so, I have different, I would say social groups on Facebook, such, my Christian groups such as Light of the World Inspirational Group, Christian Spoken Word Network. Those are my two major Christian groups on Facebook. That's part of my business. The other part is my secular groups, which is Gurkai of Africa, Gurkai of Chicago, and also Help Stop the Genocide American Ghettos podcast group too, etc. But anyway, the bottom line is I want people to not just sit in my groups. I want us to be active. So when I do my these podcasts, I want people to get involved. Like I'm saying, like on Saturday, May 30th, that's going to be our upcoming virtual interactive conference on the 30th. So Ivy, I hope I can get you to participate in that. That's kind of important.
Sure, I'm gonna be there.
And you got to mark your calendar.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway,
I
the
do that.
bottom line, yeah, we're going to talk about a Black Panther member by the name of Fred Hampton. He was assassinated and all that stuff. It was unfortunate, but we want to talk about that. But again, the whole purpose of me holding those virtual interactive conference on a monthly basis is for me to interact with people that's my listeners and people that's in my social groups, for you to get online and speak with me directly.
That's
I'm trying to
fine.
mobilize our people, not to just sit up here and just be playing games. I'm not on here for likes and all that stuff. Our people need help. Our people need help globally.
That's right.
It's really sad about how slavery has really affected, you know, the
The
Black
Black
world
people.
globally. And so this is what I'm trying to fight. First, I'm trying to clean up where I live in my own hometown, which is Chicago, Illinois. Trying to help straighten up and clean up those the inner cities. But I can't do that by myself, Ivy. That's how come, this is a Nehemiah assignment. So yeah, a lot of my I would say a lot of my critics ask me, so how long is it going to take, Emmanuel, for you to get your business up and running? And the main thing I asked them, Ivy, I asked them, have they purchased my book? They say no. I haven't purchased your book. I asked them, okay, have you bought any items from my virtual store? They say no, I haven't bought any items from your virtual store. Then I ask them, well, have you donated to the film project? They say no, I haven't did that. Then I say, well, what the hell do you expect? How you think I'm gonna be able to do my job? If you're not going to support me, how can I help you? Excuse the expression, but I'm just keeping it real and authentic. So this is what's going on with us as Black people and as African people. We do not support each other financially. The white man is not going to support this business. This is to help strengthen us, help solve our problems at the grassroots level. And I'm not on here just running off at the mouth. I want to have brave and smart people that's going to help me run this business. So let me go ahead and finish what I'm trying to say, Ivy. So the for-profit portion, that's where I'm going to make my bread and butter. We're going to own and control our own community grocery store, community healthcare clinic, and community housing, because all of us as human beings need food, healthcare, and shelter. And so that's jobs right there for, I'm gonna say GRCAM members, because I'm only responsible for GRCAM members and their immediate family members. Those that's not part of us, all we can do for them is pray for them. We show them tough love and we keep it moving. If they want to be a slave to the white man, that's on them. Over here, we ain't playing that garbage. We're gonna heal in my Christian business, which is the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago. That's what me and GRCAM members are going to build. And that's going to be the best Black Christian business within the United States of America. That's what we're aiming for. But we got to get it started here in Chicago. Now, if it spreads, Ivy, to other cities, that's fine, but I'm not concerned about that anymore. My concern is to get it popping here in Chicago. I'm going to turn it over, like I say, to my advisory board members, and I'm going to expand it over to Africa, starting in South Africa. Then we're going to expand it to the other African countries so we can do international trade with our brothers and sisters. That's what this business is all about. And I am not putting up with anybody. I'm going to make sure none of my members have to go through this type of foolishness I went through for trying to build something productive and something positive.
That's right.
I don't have any Black churches, Ivy, working with me. None of them.
Oh.
None. But that's okay. Because
that's
over
strange.
here in America, because of that slave mentality, they have, hey, I got mine, you get yours. So we got to heal. So in my business, Black Americans that identify as descendants of American slaves / freedmen, which that's what I am, they're going to heal from that. It's called the Willie Lynch mentality, which is a slave mentality. They're going to heal from that.
Yeah.
That's
so it's like a lot of people are okay with the genocide.
Yes, they are. They don't care. A lot of them don't care.
So now
Hold,
you
hold, hold,
think
hold, hold, hold on, Ivy. I got to share this part with you too. Just a moment, please. And also, African immigrants that join my business, they're going to heal from that colonized mindset because usually when African immigrants come here and Afro Caribbeans come to the United States, they think they made it to heaven. You know, they look down on their country. They look down on African culture, and that's not what this is about at all. We have to heal from that mess.
okay,
When I come to Africa, I want to bring jobs for GRCAM members for us to work together. Black I'm gonna say Black Americans that's members of GRCAM. We are going to bring our talents and skills to help improve the African economy in exchange for dual citizenship and land in each African nation that we go to. That's what I'm
okay.
trying to do. And that's what I am going to do. But I can't do this by myself. And like I say, yes, it's a shame that I'm going through, you know, being overlooked and stuff like this not being embraced. But that's why I'm reaching out to African immigrants. So, from 10 African nations to help speed up this process, because I don't want to be doing this another 34 years.
That's right.
Oh, just a moment too.
Okay.
Ivy, I got to go there with you about something else too. I understand because I have other people that I network with that live in Cameroon. They say it's a war going on over there too. Is that true?
Very correct. Very true.
Yeah. See, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. So
Yes.
we having a lot of genocide situations especially in the northwest and the southwest regions of Cameroon. So,
Yes.
but it's well. So we have some people that are fighting just like you were doing for the America, and generally you doing this for the Africans, and it's global. So I'm sure even the Africans Americans in America, if they can purchase this book of yours, if they can purchase your book, they'll be able to know why these things are happening and how we can help our different communities. And I'm sure with that, you can have a lot of insight from reading your book or from buying, just like you said. So I was just asking, like, okay, maybe we can do, you could focus more on the movies because people watch movies more nowadays than reading books. Don't you
And
think that?
just a moment, Ivy, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, but what I'm saying is that I have a book out here. So people can say, well, what are you doing, Emmanuel? I'm gonna say, hey, if you want to know what I've been doing, read my story. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and just keep telling people what I've done. I documented what I've done. You know what I'm saying? And I created this platform. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to recruit brave and smart people that's going to be on my my advisory board. That's going to help me run this business without me having to physically be there in at the business all the time. Because I want to come to Africa and get the thing popping there, set up the business, replicate it, and go to the next country and do the same thing. So this business can be passed down to
Okay,
the next generation. That's all.
that's right.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's my opinion for now. But at least we have to do. I don't know what's need to be done to what needs to be done to for people to uh, give more attention on reading your book, because once you read your book, and when the moments the film, any of the film or the first movie comes up, people want to they want to buy the film, or they want to watch the film, even if they have read the book, because the book first of all is going to give them an idea, the
Mm-hmm.
first idea, the reason why you've been fighting all these years.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So so you can also do something. I advise you also do something even in America right now. While planning to do something in Africa, you can also, if you have the means, you can organize some stage performances, some live performances that will be like trying to explain what's going on in America and maybe in Africa as well. As African Americans.
Yes, I hear what you're saying, but again, I'm on a shoestring budget, my sister. So that's how come right now I'm limited. That's how come I'm online. I can't do much. And again, all I'm asking people to do is read the story and come forth. Especially those here in America. That's what I want. So that way you could work with me directly. But
And invest.
eventually, I want boots on the ground. See, that's the whole purpose of me doing all this stuff. So that way, I can hire people to help me run this business. And I don't know if I want to make sure you understand, Ivy and my listeners. I want this business is going to be an economic base for the low income Black community. So we're going to be there. We're gonna on the west side of Chicago, we're gonna cover Austin, Garfield Park, North Lawndale. That's the west side. And then eventually on the south side of Chicago. I don't know where at, but we're gonna make our presence known there too. We're not gonna be hiding behind no computer, Ivy. We're gonna have that physical building. That's the whole purpose of me trying to generate capital so I can, you know, buy property.
Okay.
It takes money for everything, it's not free. So that's how
Okay.
come it's a two type of business. It's a nonprofit portion of a business and a for-profit portion of a business. But
Okay.
I need people that's gonna be GRCAM members. Bottom line, because I'm only gonna help GRCAM members. I can't help everybody else that don't want it.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's my thing.
Um. Okay. Now, wanted to ask about something like like talk about when we're talking about getting this out to the world, asking people to buy your book so they can read and understand what's going on as far as genocide is concerned, genocide in America is
Mhm.
concerned. And what about those? Most of this genocide happens to the less, can I put it, the less privileges? So
You
some
can
people
say,
who are very low.
hold on, Ivy. That's right. This is happening in the Black ghettos, so that's why a lot of people don't care. That's where I came from. This is where the majority of the violence is taking place, and a lot of violence is taking place is because people don't have jobs, and it's being overlooked by society, and that's the same thing that's happened over there in South Africa.
Okay.
And
So
that's how come
now,
the Lord.
my
That's how come,
question.
and that's how come the Lord Jesus slash Yahshua placed it in my heart to bring this business to those areas, the low income Black community, and not only that, Ivy. I want us to reach out to the African immigrant community here in America, across the United States, so that way we can work together.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
how do you get this information down to the ghetto?
Say that again, please.
How do you plan or intend to get this information down to the ghettos? Like, not everybody, most of them do not even have Android phones. Most of them do not even have um, uh, the means to load their phones with data or or even connect to Wi-Fi and all that. And this you were talking about concerns them like 80%, okay, of what you're talking about. it I mean, if the ghetto people hear that somebody is fighting for them, somebody is trying to see that, they're also seen as, as human beings in the society, they will be very happy. So how would they get to know that there's somebody fighting for them? Like, not necessarily buying the book, because they need to get on a show like this to know about the book. They need to go to the internet to know about the book. But what if they don't have the means to get to the internet?
Yeah. Okay, I need to tell you this, Ivy. Me and my business partner, Sister Renee, we've been going to the ghetto, okay, and passing out flyers. And a majority of people tell me they're not interested.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's-
Yes.
wow.
Well, what
Because
it is, but hold on, let me explain this too. The reason why, because yeah, because they think I'm a politician, and I let them know I'm not running for public office. We're gonna build this
okay,
business from the mud. That means GRCAM members. So, um, what I'm trying to get them to see, like I told you earlier, when I was speaking to you, people are just trying to wait until this business materialize. Then that's when they're gonna want to come out the woodwork and say, "Oh, I want to be a part of it now." But those people that I reached out to, Ivy, for the past 34 years, I'm not gonna. They can't be a part of my business because I reached out to them already. They know what I've been trying to do. This goes for my own family members too, because people are gonna want to come around once I start making money from this business, and
that's
that's not
right.
what I want. That's breaking that slave mentality. I'm not trying to set
Yeah,
myself up to get people to get in my pockets. Work with me when I'm quote unquote small. Because my thing
okay,
is, Ivy, we're
okay.
gonna I'm gonna purchase property so they can have a physical building to go to in the ghetto. That's why I said we're
Okay.
gonna cover, and we want to work with the community. This is for them. After all, this is for Black Americans that identify as descendants of American slaves slash freedmen. This is for them.
Yeah,
But
so
like I say in my
so
business, we're gonna separate ourselves from con artists. I don't want those type of people. So we're gonna have consequences in place. We're gonna have mechanisms in place, protocol. I want people to, they're gonna come in for mandatory orientation, from the community. Let's say, for example, Austin. So we're gonna have it's not just Austin. Let me just say on the west side of Chicago, because we want to cover Austin, Garfield Park, and North Lawndale. Those are the Black communities here in Chicago on the west side. On the south side, it's mixed because they have different. It's more communities on the south side, but we're gonna focus on the west side first because that's where my heart is at, and that's where I talk about in my book, and that's my experience. I'm also from the south side of Chicago too, so I know about parts of the south side. But we want to first, the bottom line is we're going to start it on the west side of Chicago first. And we want the residents to know who we are, what we're going to try to do. And I talk about this too on the 30th. Every time I do my virtual conference, side A, because I do my pep talk, and then side B, that's when I turn it over to my panelists for them to discuss different things. Because bottom line, Ivy, I'm trying to get us all to communicate with each other and talk. A lot of people that stay in the Black ghettos, they have phones. They have those things too.
okay.
Yes. But what they,
Oh,
a lot of them, it's kind of negative. They want to, fight and all that kind of stuff. And that's how come,
yeah.
like, I'm not I'm not with this brother, his name is Tyreek Nasheed, and he has an organization. Well, he's part of the same lineage I am, but his is called Foundational Black Americans, and what they want to do is they want to argue back and forth with I would say African immigrants and Afro Caribbeans. they do that stuff pretty much, for likes, and clicks and likes, and they get a lot of views. In my over here,
Okay.
I don't want all that confusion and diaspora wars. I want us to build. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
want the message passed out, and you want people to believe, and you
no
want
build.
people
I
to
want us to
start by,
build together, work
yeah,
together,
to
turn my
build. You want
ideas
to
into
build. You
I
want
want
to
them to
change the
turn my
mentality. Yeah, the reason, the
yeah.
sense of reasoning.
Yes, I want to turn my vision into a reality. That's all I'm about. I'm not
Okay,
just on here just running off at the mouth.
that's right.
Yes.
That's great. You're doing good. That's
Yes.
that's that's
Yes.
so I don't know. Well, so now we so is I'm sure it's a very tough one with you for if you when especially when you're trying to help a community, or you're trying to help a brother or sister, or you're trying to be a brother's keeper, and they are like, who is this, what are you talking about? They don't want to hear. It's like you need to break their head and put sense into it, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, it's really going to be tough. But so I that's just my biggest problem or question
But,
right now, is that how will these people accept to be built? Because you're
well,
trying to build a community for
yeah,
the Africans to feel
mm,
to
mm.
feel related, to feel like to feel.
Well, hold on, Ivy. It's a couple of things you're saying. Um, so how I'm going to get Black Americans involved? Like I say, they're going to want to see that once this the business materialize. Once I have that physical building and I'm hiring people, that's what's going to make people want to be a part. I already know that. But I'm just saying, and I say this on the every month, the benefits about being a GRCAM member. And I'm going to share that with you and my listeners right now. One of the
Okay.
benefits, because this is one of the things we want to do in this business, we want to create um, Black empowerment films. So I want to give young people an opportunity to be in our films, from the ghetto.
Okay.
And we're going to pay them. We're going to give them a stipend, so that way they can feed their families.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And that's how
That's
come I want to
creating
connect with that's how come I
job
want to connect with
opportunity.
that's how come I
Yeah.
want to connect with African immigrants too, because all those 10 African nations I just mentioned, we're going to do the same thing there too. We want to replicate the business.
That's right.
Also,
Right.
another benefit is that we're going to offer for the nonprofit portion of the business, we're going to offer groceries for GRCAM members, that's don't have enough money and stuff like that to feed their families. So we'll give them groceries once a month from our food pantry. Another
Okay.
benefit is that we will help some of the people based on our budget and sponsorship. We will help them with their utility bills. But again, they have to
Okay.
be GRCAM members. And in order to be a GRCAM member, they have to attend our mandatory orientation, sign that community pledge, pass our criminal background checks, and submit their thumbprint to be placed in our database. Because this is the only people I'm going to be working with and responsible for. Those that's not, again, part of us, we'll pray for them, we'll show them tough love, and we'll keep it moving.
Okay. What do you want Ivy Africa to do to make this vision realized?
Okay, I want you to share, because once we finish this video podcast, I'm going to upload it to my YouTube page, and I'm going to send you a copy. I want you to send it to all of your friends, on your, I would say on all of the social media sites that you are on. Okay. That's all I
Okay.
want you to do. And if you can, I definitely would like for you to participate, on our virtual conference on Saturday, May 30th. Now it's going to be, I think it's like you say, it's going to be 8 o'clock p.m. Cameroon time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll check my calendar. So
Yes,
now and then,
but you got,
apart
but you're
from
gonna,
me sharing.
but sorry, you're gonna have to watch that video about Fred Hampton, so that way you can talk about it. I'm sorry. So go ahead. What's the other point you want to say?
So you gonna send me the link of the video so I can watch.
Yeah, I already did. I already sent that already to you.
Oh, you okay? Okay, you did.
Mm.
Okay. Now I wanted to ask, like, apart from being from sharing the link to all my different social media platforms,
Mhm.
um, what do you want the Black Americans or the African Americans? How do you want them to support this vision? How would you
Okay.
want them to support it apart from
Okay.
buying the book?
Okay.
Is
So
there
it's a
also
couple. Okay, it's a couple of things, please. Just a moment. One is I want people to not just buy the book, but to read it. I don't want people to
okay?
just buy it. That's easy to buy. Read it so that way you can understand it, and then make arrangements with me to come on this platform so we could talk about it and get other people to get involved to get the ball rolling. That's part one. Part two is with the film project, and this is what I'm gonna get ready to put up on the screen. So bear with me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just bear with me because I want people to see this. All right, screen share. Oh my goodness, I don't see it on here. Don't worry, hold on. Oh man. Okay. Just bear with me, please. Because I want people to know how to find my information.
That's right.
And I want us to hold, I want you to know that, there ain't no scams over here. Not at all. Because people work too doggone hard for their money.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, hold on.
Found it.
All right, I found it.
Okay.
Do you see this on the screen about my Medium page?
I've seen it.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my cursor, so I want all my listeners to watch this, please. So I would recommend that you go to Google, type in my Medium screen page, which is Manuel. That's MANWELL online dot medium medium.com, and then / and then hit where it says anyway, type in about, and then that's going to
Okay.
pull up my page right here. All right, so then
Okay.
this is I call it my bio. So just scroll down
Okay.
because this is letting people know what this is all about.
That's right.
Yes, but not only do I want people to know what this is about, I want us to um so right here where it says my sources, I'm pointing to it with the cursor. So I would say you scroll down a little bit more. Um Ivy, I just want to show you this since I got your undivided attention. Um you can do this later on your own time. You don't have to do it now because I know it's getting late and you're kind of tired. So I'm being respectful. But anyway, right
That's
here
fine.
it says ABC News, National Exit Poll Election 2024. So what happened? So basically, what this is going to say, if you really want to know more about it, you'll click on that link right there. But anyway, Black women,
Okay.
92%. I'm just putting this out here. Black women, 92%. They help raise $1 million for Kamala Harris political campaign. Okay, within 3 hours.
Wow.
But look, I'm just showing you 92%, and then black men 77%. All right.
Oh.
But hold on. Let me go up. Hold on. Here it is right here. and I'm gonna read it a little bit, and you can click on here. So this is, I'm just letting people know up front. A Zoom call of 44,000 Black women raised 1.5 million
1.5 million.
for
Wow.
Kamala Harris in 3
Yeah.
hours. In 3 hours
Wow.
now. And
Ooh,
look, for me, and you know, I'm glad that lady lost, because we got Trump in the office, and now we see what real white supremacy looks like. Because Black Americans, you know, they still was, you know, sleep.
they're still asleep. Yeah, have a long way to go.
But now they see what's going on with Trump. You know, he's doing the most, you know, with these tariffs and all that stuff.
That's
But
right.
anyway, all I'm trying to say is that with Black Americans, what I'm trying to do is help our people demand economic tangibles from these politicians, because Black Americans, you know, they keep voting for these Democrats for the past 60 years, and we're not getting anything. We're not benefiting.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. But anyway, look at that. If Black women would use, if they would use that same energy to help me raise like that 250,000 for this film project, and help get my book on that bestsellers list, that will help turn our communities around.
That's
That's how
right.
come I have this stuff like this, so that way these are facts.
That's right.
Also, Ivy, I know, yeah, this is American politics and stuff, but anyway, read it for yourself. Read about benign
Okay,
and
I'll do
neglect.
that.
No, I'm not just you. This is all of my listeners. Look, read
Yeah,
about this
I'll do
right
that
here.
later.
Benign
Yeah.
and neglect. You click on that link below. So it's going to tell you. Back in the 70s, this guy named Monahan, he's telling the presidents to just don't promise Black Americans anything. Just say you're
Oh,
listening to them, you feel their pain, but don't give them any substance, any benefits. So that's how
oh,
come the Democrats don't do anything for Black Americans.
that's
So it's
crazy.
horrible. Yeah, and these Black politicians are in the pockets of the white supremacist financial elites. They don't help us. That's ridiculous. So we
Whoa.
have to, Black Americans have to get Black politicians from the soil. That means from the Black grassroots, that we select our own people. Well, anyway, what I want you to, all my listeners to understand right here, where I says my credibility, this is where you find my book. Okay.
Okay.
That's my book right there. You can click on there, and you, like I say, you can download it to your smartphone. This is our GoFundMe page, and this is how people can keep. I use crowdfunding so that way you'll know if I'm making money or not. Now
Okay.
I've been pushing this my film project all this year. Here it is. It's almost the 6th month, and if you click on there, you're not gonna see any donations. Then that's a
Whoa.
doggone shame. Yeah. But this is
That's
what I want people
strange.
to look at, so that way you can measure, or PayPal.
Okay.
But if you do donate, keep your name on there. If you're anonymous, then we won't know who you are. So if you're not ashamed,
Exactly.
you know. And then right here, this is my virtual store where people can buy things. So I try
Okay.
to make everything, and this is the buy me a coffee, you know, where people can
Okay.
donate from there. But I don't want people to donate yet until you read my story. If
That's
anybody
right.
disagree, I tell you up front again, delete me off your friends list, and don't come to no events with my name on it. And I mean that,
That's right.
because I don't want people that's not in agreement. We got to solve these issues. So in my business, Ivy, before I leave America, over here in America, our focus is on solving Black issues point blank, and we're M1, meaning we're melanated first. But I do want to share this with you. Non-Black sympathizers, they're welcome to join us, not as groups, but as individuals. Okay? Because a lot of white Americans are not for Black Americans getting reparations. So they're going to have to stand up. They have to come to our mandatory orientations, be in front of everybody, and they're going to have to say if they agree with or where do they stand as it pertains to lineage-based cash payment reparations for descendants of American slaves, if they for it or against it. That's all I want to hear. Those that say that they're not sure, they can't be a part of us. I only want them
Oh,
that's going to say that they agree. And if they agree, they're going to have to pay our business reparations. We're going to charge a reparations fee, and they can sit in the back seat and keep their mouth closed. In this business, we're not going to get colonized.
that's
We ain't
right.
getting that mess at all. We're going to use the Afrocentric perspective to solve our issues point blank. Nothing else on earth matters. And that's how we're going to get down. When I come to
That's right.
Africa, I'm turning the business over to my advisory board or my resource team. And when I come to Africa, I'm only going to focus on solving African issues point blank.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
how do you intend to solve African issues in Africa?
One of the things, my sister, we're going to come to South Africa first, like I said.
Okay.
And my second film, I'm gonna do a film project there on the African continent in South Africa. The name of that film is called African Liberator: Battle Against the Colonized Mindset. And so in that film, I want to touch on like what's the current issues about and all that stuff. But what we're going to do up in this film is that we want to heal. We want us Black South Africans to stop fighting other Africans. We have to stop doing that because that's just them, leashing out steam. It's going the wrong direction. What they
Yeah.
need to do, I'm just saying, as Africans, is first, put pressure on their current, the current government, to make sure that they're doing their part in terms of fixing, illegal immigration and all that stuff. Put pressure on
Hmm.
them. Then they're going to also have to confront the white supremacist financial elites. They didn't
Hmm.
ask those white Europeans to come to our continent. Ever since the white man came from Europe and put his foot on African soil, Africa has been catching hell. That's just
Hmm.
how it is. It's unfortunate. That continent belongs to melanated people. And so, you know, we'll try. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at all, but we gotta check those white supremacist financial elites up front and say, hey, doggone it, we didn't ask you to
That's
come
right.
here. You're not indigenous to Africa. We do not want to be Europeans. You have two choices. Give us reparations for colonization and for apartheid. They owe us. They owe us that. If they don't want to give us that, no problem. You got to leave. You got to go back to your homeland. It's just that simple.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how it is, and that's how Africa is going to have to be throughout the continent, especially Sub-Saharan Africa. If the Europeans don't want to give us reparations for colonization, then they have to get the hell off our continent, point blank.
Point blank.
Point blank. Got to get the hell out, get the hell off our continent. We didn't ask your ass to come here. You imposed your
Exactly.
ass over here on us.
Exactly.
Take your ass back to your homeland. If you don't want to
That's
leave,
right.
then hey, doggone, we just gonna have to whoop your ass. Then that's all. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Reparations, or we're gonna fight.
Yeah,
And
it's a
that's
good
real,
vision.
sister. That's real. That's real. Otherwise, what's the hell you living and you starving to death while they sitting up here living the good life? They got all your wealth and resources, 80% of the land, and you up here fighting African immigrants that's selling vegetables and stuff on the side of the road. That's silly.
It's silly indeed.
So
So that's fine. So we let's be hopeful, and I'll do my best to share the link, and I'll share the other links so s- many people can read and then download your book or buy it from Amazon and other platforms that you can find them, and encourage them to read, because it's
Yes.
not just to buy the book to promote you financially, but to read and understand where you're coming from and where you're going to.
Yeah, okay, just a moment, Ivy, because we're almost out of time, so I'm finna wrap it up, okay? But not
Yeah,
only
sure.
that, Ivy, I want them, the ones that's in agreement, to help me run first of all, to help me build this business. Because I'm just saying the ones here in America, because Jesus slash Joshua called me to build the best Black Christian business within the United States, and that is Gurkaya Chicago. But it's not for
Mm,
me to build it by myself. I have to have Gurkaya members to help build it. And I want smart people that's going to be on my management team to help me run the business. It's not about me. This is about us as Gurkaya members.
that's right.
That's all I'm saying. We can't help all Black Americans. We can't help all Africans. Some of those people, they God give us free will. If they want to have a slave mentality,
Yeah,
they're not going to have that in this business. That's why we want
yeah,
to
they're
screen
gonna
people and
stray.
vet them. We're going to vet
They
people.
they they they're gonna stray. That those are forgotten.
Yeah, we just like I say, we leave those people alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to say thank you, and also promising to do my best in joining you and help to fight against to fight genocide in America and in Africa. You know,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I'm ready anytime, any day, whatever I can do. I'll always do that for you, Emmanuel.
Okay, just a
I do
moment.
that for you.
Just a moment, Ivy. I need to say this last thing real fast, and I want all my
Okay.
listeners to please understand. Gurkam, we want to compete against Pan Africanism because Pan Africanism it sounds nice on paper. I know about Pan Africanism, and I liked it.
Okay.
It sounded nice, but the only problem is that with Pan Africanism, it's only one sided. If you become a Gurkam member, you're going to benefit because I want to make sure that I don't just cut and run and go to Africa. I want to make sure that my people that's trapped in American ghettos are going to benefit from this business. That's how come it's going to be a economic base because I want African immigrants that's here for us to learn how to trade with each other.
Yeah,
So they're going to benefit, and as well as I would say my brothers and sisters on the continent because we're going to replicate the business there.
that's right.
Yes, and we want to make sure that we're not just sitting up here focusing on complaining about the white man and the government. We want to solve our problems at the local level, grassroots level, and we want to hold these black politicians accountable, especially here in America. If they're not going to represent us, if they're in the pockets of the white supremacist financial elites, we want to have our own representatives from the black grassroots, and we'll pick them out, from there.
Okay. So it
Yes,
falls in the same line like what I'm doing in music is more like preaching to the Africans as well, like celebrate your loved ones while they are still alive. So you don't have to wait for genocide to wipe away everybody before you start talking. You have to start doing it now.
yeah,
So you go to YouTube, you type IV African, and you get celebrate means celebrate your loved ones while they are still alive. So that is one of the things we are trying to do right now. So we need to fight and build these Africans now that we are alive and strong. With
that's
the
right.
help of God, with the help of God, we are going to make it. I
Yes,
can make it. That's another title of IB Africa. I can make it. Okay. So no matter the matter, no matter, we have to celebrate the word of God. We have to celebrate the peace of God, the love of God, and no matter what happens, we just have to celebrate our lives. We have to celebrate the grace of God upon our lives. So thank you so much, Barbie. Thank you so much. I'll be very grateful to come on this program many more